Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Yasharal's Court, an end-time series reflective of set-apart justice. Questions that we will ask ourselves, questions that we will render a verdict, a decision on, questions that will rise up and be an opportunity to perform as a gateway to seeking answers. Questions and instructions and warnings that will contribute towards the structuring of a nation. Yasharal's Court. Why is it Yasharal's Court? Because from each who hear these words, you will render a verdict. You will judge not only these words that you hear, but all decisions that you make, all decisions that I make are on trial. Whether we realize it or not, whether we use the words decisions on trial or you will judge, versus saying rendering a verdict or making a decision or deciding whether to go left or right, whether to move or not move, whether to speak or be silent. Every time we render a decision, my brothers and sisters, we are held accountable, whether we realize it or not. With that said, if you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. Today is September 6, 2014, and this is part 2 of the 13th priority that I believe will play a contributing part in the refining of Yasharal, an awakening nation. This is part 2 of the segment of the 13th priority, the 13th segment, entitled Final Destination Expectations. My brothers and sisters, we say we believe so much. We say we believe the scriptures. We say we believe that there will be a final exodus. Some embrace that there will be a rapture of some sort any day now. Whichever way you look at it, there is that gathering, that final gathering of those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. I personally, along with many others, I am compelled to believe that there will not be a pre-tribulation rapture, that this is erroneous teaching that is only roughly about 400 or 500 years old, if that. Pray and watch. Soon the proof will come, my brothers and sisters. Final destination expectations. Do you not expect to go somewhere, to be moved, to be guided? Then what would be the face of such actions leading to that movement? I submit to you, end times, as they become intense, will prove that there will be forced migration, forced movement. And there will be those as first fruits who will listen tentatively to the spirit of Yahushua and respond proactively. My brothers and sisters, it would be wise to understand that by having a vision that's been provided by the spirit of Yahushua, being able to discern that vision, we will be able to discern what must be done. At the very least, my brothers and sisters, would it not be wise to envision or forge a position of belief regarding final destination expectations? I personally have no doubt there will be those who pose questions regarding the characteristics of this final destination. Where would it be? How will we live? What resources will be made available? I have no doubt there are those among us who believe this will not occur until Yahushua Messiah returns. As for me and my house and those who are in oneness and unity with this belief, I believe we will witness acknowledgement, living instructions, guidance, reproof, and discipline. We will witness the destruction of Yasharal. We will witness the many mercies and favors that we receive by the physical life that he gives us, the Almighty Father bestows on us. We will come to recognize the importance of fresh air, fresh water, food, and a safe place to rest our head. I am compelled to believe that there will not be a McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken. There will not be any sushi bars or Italian restaurants or internet cafes. There will not be any steakhouses or country clubs or cafeteria, as we commonly know them, or other commercialized food establishments when we come to that final destination. I believe grocery stores and supermarkets will be a thing of our past, and not exist in the location where we will come to discover as our final destination as we await the return of Yahushua Messiah. I am convinced there will be no pharmacies or drugstores, no drug houses. There will be no jails, no prisons. There will be a safe place. We will come together as one in Yahushua Messiah as we await his return. My brothers and sisters, I wholeheartedly believe that the Spirit of Yahushua gave me a glimpse of what that final destination resembles. As a result of what was shown to me in spirit by he who I believe is the Spirit of Yahushua, I have forged an expectation, a final destination expectation that leads me to believe we will return to a simple way of living while we are in a safe place awaiting the return of Yahushua Messiah. I have final destination expectations as to how we will be structured. I believe we will be in unity in our worship. Teachings and set-apart behaviors will be forged to perfection as the spirit of maturity, as we are led by the Spirit of Yahushua, rise up within us as we witness our living Savior working in us one towards another, using his chosen leaders and his messengers. My brothers and sisters, I press forward with the expectation that what lies ahead is real and will come with proof. My brothers and sisters, I believe this too, that something such as this should be discussed among one another. We just might be surprised as to what the Spirit of Yahushua is revealing to us individually and collectively. Believe it or not, by discussing our final destination expectations, it is a method in which could possibly contribute to our readiness, our preparedness of what's to come. Out of productive discussions could rise set-apart possibilities as well as expose the contradictory, the evil, the wicked, those with hidden agendas. For example, out of living discussions, we could find that there's proof that many of us are expecting direction to move together, be gathered together in the final Exodus. By discussions, we can identify those who are waiting on this pre-tribulation rapture and present to them the correction or come away from them. For I am in a position to believe that most people that believe any day now are slothful and lazy when it comes to preparedness and responding to what the Spirit of Yahushua is saying, what he's ordering of us today and going forward. Pray and watch. Truth will emerge, and all those who walk among the children of Yahuwah who are in error will face reproof like never before. But those who rebel and succumb to unbelief or just plain disregard what is going forward may find themselves at risk of death and or left behind. End times are here, and as proof become clear, we will see a rise in a final destination. Expectations will rise. Our final destination will become visible, more clear to us. Pray and watch. Not only will there be a rise in our expectations regarding our final destination, we will see people rejoice along the way. We will witness people becoming anxious, some even impatient. End times will prove there will be those who will attempt to speed up what is being shaped. But regardless of man's every attempt to shape prophecies, the Spirit of Yahushua will teach and make known what is his set apart instructions regarding the orders in our coming together. My brothers and sisters, let this segment, the 13th priority, final destination expectations, find its place in your life as something critical for building up the body of one in Yahushua Messiah, our Mashiach. What are your final destination expectations? Again, I ask you, what are your final destination expectations? I am not remiss to know that there will be those who will die. There will be those who will be left behind, but there will also be brothers and sisters who will face death for the reign of Yahushua Messiah as martyrs. But there will be those of us who will be alive as well, who will be in the ranks of the final gathered, led to a safe place. Let us be prayerful and pursue earnestly what is expected of us individually and collectively as directed by the living Spirit of Yahushua. Let us be prepared to meet one another face to face. Though we may be strangers, though we may have different habits, we will be family, one in Yahushua Messiah, those who have made such decision. I pray that each and every listener receive true discernment necessary for forging final destination expectations, coming to understand, respond with precision, timely, as the Spirit of Yahushua so guides. I encourage you, my brothers and sisters, continue to seek to do the will of the Most High Father. Continue to discover His living orders and command. The days are coming when opportunities that we have now may not be before us again. Believe, trust, and be patient, my brothers and sisters. There are chosen leaders, chosen by Yahushua Messiah in spirit, who are being guided, fashioned, perfected to lead as Yahushua Messiah, our Mashiach, directs them. You may be one of those being refined and prepared. All too often, man has been surprised as to whom the Most High chooses to use to lead His people. I pray that each of us will be able to discover the strength and discernment with a ready mind, body, and soul to respond to the Spirit of Yahushua swiftly, quickly. And let us remember the decisions we make, my brothers and sisters. For a time will come when we will not have that opportunity to make the same choice or to correct the mistake. This concludes the 13th segment entitled Final Destination Expectations. To you who have demonstrated the fortitude to listen to each priority, to you who have taken under advisement to begin at the introduction and listen to this message, these sequence in order, I salute you. I thank you. I pray that the Spirit of Yahushua, that Yahushua Messiah is lifted up. I pray that you discover the life in anything that is set apart from Yahushua Messiah. Discover the life in these words. If they are indeed from the Spirit of Yahushua, then they will not return to the Most High void nor empty, but will be successful. To you who have demonstrated the patience and fortitude, again, I thank you. I pray that the Most High Father get all credit and esteem for anything that is set apart, that is righteous, that is true. And I pray that Yahushua is lifted up and that we come to witness Him drawing all men to Himself and presenting us before the Almighty Father. The times will come for those pursuing righteousness to make a firm choice. Let us make that decision with all sincerity. Let us reflect on the decision we make and be mindful of the actions, the deeds, the fruit of those decisions, for in due season, proof will determine our position, my brothers and sisters. Until next time, stay tuned as we continue to go through a refinement, as we continue to grow in Yahushua Messiah, as we continue to study, read, pray, and seek to worship the Almighty Father Yahuwah. Until next time, I invite you to stay tuned to Yasharal's Court. Examine, weigh the words, identify the evidence that is brought before you. Render a decision. Judge, but judge by the guidance of the living Spirit of Yahushua. Until next time, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.